Hey y'all. So just wanted to do another vlog video. Isn't that like, I'm being crazy right now, sorry. So it is Super Bowl Sunday today, so I'm sorry if I'm a little bit weird or anything like that, you know, the normal Super Bowl parties that go on. And yeah, so anyways, just want to show you guys the tutorial that's coming up next. It's dedicated to my cousin because she's having her 18th birthday debut. And I did this about like 5 or 6 hours ago, so I'm sorry if it's kind of weirdo looking. But it's just a simple smoky eye. And the contact lens that I'm wearing today are from Pinky Paradise. They are the Dueba MX21 Violet lens. And my eyelashes are, as always, my eBay lashes. Yeah. I'll be putting a link to the side. Oops. A link will go to the side. And just want to show you guys this really cute necklace I got from DSK Jewelry. I love tanzanite. Like, it is my most favorite stone. And of course, this isn't like a real tanzanite stone. It's Swarovski crystal, but she got me one of them. It's the big tanzanite heart. And then she added a few cute little like gems on there. And it's actually a longer necklace. I think this one is like the 18-inch, I'm not quite sure, 18 or 20 inch necklace, and it goes a little bit lower, so I kind of like that. So yeah, anyways, the purpose of this video today is I got contacted by one of my viewers, and she was just asking for me to give advice on college, how I manage my time, and yeah. And I've actually gotten a few questions from people, and yeah, so I want to be here for you guys and lend a helping hand, because I know whenever I started college, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like confused. So yeah, so I made a few talking points to make sure I go over everything that I need to go over. And yeah, okay, so just so you guys know my background to start college when I was 17. So I had been going to junior high in Texas beforehand, and all of my classmates were still a senior in high school. So I didn't know anybody. I came back from LA, I was like this, I was naive. I didn't really know much about the outside world, you know, like I was just, yeah. And my sister wasn't around because she was back in LA, and I didn't have anyone to show me what to do. And it was very, very, it was scary, but you know, as always, I just got to make my way through life. So I figured it out, and it's not too bad. And yeah, so anyways, let's see. Okay, so if you're a person who, you know, if you have parents who are supporting you and you're able to go to whatever school you want, or I mean, like go to a university straight off the bat, then good for you. Like, that's awesome. For me, I didn't really have that much help from my parents, just because, like, my mother, she just doesn't have enough money to, you know, pay for my college. And my father, yeah, he just doesn't help me out, so whatever. And my stepdad, even though he's been a really great part of my life, he sees that my father is still around, so he should have his responsibility in taking care of me, which I also agree with. So yeah, so I'm making my way through life, or through college anyways. So with that in mind, I decided to go to a community college first. And before you stick your nose up at a community college, first of all, they're a lot cheaper than going to a university. So if you are a person who has to pay for your own college, that would be a really great place to start, just to get your basics. That's the first 2 years of college. Basically, the classes that you take at a community college will be very similar to ones that you'll take at university, but they'll most likely be a little bit easier. I can't really say if they are easier or not, but they might be easier. And you definitely will have a lot more interaction with your professor at a community college, since it's a smaller class setting. Whereas at university, you know, like there's thousands of kids taking the same class, so you're not really interacting with your professor. So that's an upside of community college. Yeah, so that's how I started. And then after my first 2 years there, once I got my basics done, I transferred to a university. one thing that I really feel like I missed out on for not, being at university right off the bat was not being able to participate in a sorority. That was something I really wanted to do, but by the time I got to the university in my junior year, like, it was just, I was already into my degree. There was I had a lot of stuff, a lot of demanding things going on. I was part of a leadership academy and whatnot, so I already had a whole bunch of stuff going on, so I didn't have extra time to pledge rush a sorority. So yes, that was one thing that I was sad about not experiencing at university. Juicy. Here, Mike's bothering me. Hello! Hi, sexy man. Okay, that's my background and a few tips that I have on college in general. Okay, first off, as far as partying goes, I kind of didn't do my partying stage correctly, I think. The first 2 years of college, I was very, very like straight-laced. I probably had never gone to a party until I turned 19, something like that. Never gotten drunk until I was 19, things like that. And I mean, that was just the way my life was at the time. And so yeah, so I did really well the first 2 years of college. And the third year, when I got into university, I started partying. And that really took a toll on my grades because, like honestly, you can't just, when you get to the upper level classes, you can't just go to class and expect to do well, because that just isn't how it works. So I would definitely recommend that if you are one of those people who want to experience the college life and whatnot, definitely try to do that your first or second year in college. I will tell you from experience, those first 2 years, like, even though people in college right now may think that those are hard classes, they are nothing compared to what you're going to have in your junior and senior year. Those first 2 years, they're just your basics. They're like what everyone else is good doing, like, basic mathematics kind of things, English, humanities, stuff like that, like sciences and stuff like that, like all that everyone else is doing. And honestly, those aren't as hard as what you're going to get into when you actually pick your major and take those classes. So I would definitely recommend that get your partying stage out your first and second year, so that you can focus your third and fourth year, fifth year, some people. So yeah, just really try to focus when you actually are doing classes for your major. Like, when you're a junior, that's whenever you start taking like finance classes or accounting classes or what have you. So yeah, party first and second year and slow it down later on. Just be sure to prioritize. I'm not saying that if you're not a partier, then don't party. Don't make yourself do something you don't want to do. Yeah. Okay, also another thing is know your study habits. It may take you a little bit to understand or know the best way that you study. For me, I used to think that, maybe if I'm in a group, it'll help me out because I can ask questions and stuff. But in the end, I found that just studying by myself and reading and doing, homework problems, like, that really benefited me. I learned a lot more by myself, and if I had a question, I'd ask my professor or other classmates later on. But I find that if I study in groups, I just end up talking the whole time, and it's very bad, like, as far as time being wasted, it's terrible because you can just get everything done and out of the way and then do what you enjoy. So yeah, but I mean, there are some people who can study in groups, and if you're one of those kind of people, then good for you. Okay. Another big tip I have for you guys: when you're studying, be sure to study have a little space like in your house or your room or whatever where it's like your study spot. I've read it somewhere where try not to incorporate your bed and studying, because honestly, if you're sitting on your bed and you're trying to study, you're just gonna end up sleeping or being really comfy and just laying there. I've tried that so many times to study on my bed, and it doesn't work. So definitely try to study, have a study area, whether it's your dining table, a desk, or whatever. And also utilize your library at school. Honestly, that is a great place for you to study, especially if you're on campus all day. Oops, excuse me. Yeah, really, really utilize the time that you're you're on campus, because I know sometimes I'll be like, oh, well, you know, I'll go to class and I'll go shopping and then go to class and then go home and study. Well, usually it doesn't end up working that way. It's a lot better if you just, you know, get your studying done on the right time and then go and enjoy stuff. Like, it's better if you get everything done at school and then, you know, so you can enjoy your weekend, or have to just do a little bit at home or something over the weekend and not have to like try to use your weekend to cram everything in. So there's another tip for y'all. Let's see what else. Okay. Also, another thing that really helps me out is to have a planner. Mine is downstairs and I don't feel like getting it. So I have an academic planner. Or it's not really academic, it's just a planner, like a little calendar book. And it just basically lists out, like, you know, if there's a quiz that week, I put it down as quiz so I know. Or a presentation that's due, or a paper that's due. And that way you kind of have an idea of what you have to get done. And I'm telling you, like, you really need to be organized if you want to do well and excel in school. And of course, all my tips I'm giving right now, these are for people who really, you know, who are interested in doing well in school. There's some people who aren't really, and that's fine, you know, but so no one take this out of context and be like, oh, you're such a nerd or whatever, because I'm sure people will. Anyways. Anywho's, and another great way to do well in school is to honestly just stay caught up with everything. Like, this semester I told myself to do things differently. Like, instead of waiting until a test to start reading or like catching up on stuff like later on, I try to keep up with things. Like, we're going after chapter 1 today. I did chapter 1, and it really has been a lot easier for me to, you know, do well on quizzes and everything like that. And not only that, especially whenever you're in your major, like you're doing the classes for your major, like for me for accounting, these are the things that you really need to pay attention to and that are very important for your future career. So definitely stay caught up. I'm not saying that sometimes you might slip behind or whatnot, but definitely just try your best to stay caught up. And if you ever have any questions or anything like that, your professors are always there to answer them, and most of them are very willing to help you out. So don't ever feel like you can't go to your professor. As an example, last semester, I'll just be honest, like I'm not like a straight A student, and it's not that I'm not able to, because I have been a straight A student in the past. It's not that I'm not able to, it's just that if I don't put the time and the effort into studying, or really if I'm not really motivated, I'm not going to do well. And that's just with anything in life. So last semester, there was a class that I didn't do well in. And I was like this close, like 1.5% away from being curved up to the next grade level. And I guess I had known this throughout the semester, but I just assumed, you know, whatever, he'll just bump me up. And I went and talked to my professor at the end of the semester when I got the grade that I didn't want. I went and I talked to him, and he was like, you know, maybe if you'd come to me during the semester, I could have pointed out to you what you could have, you know, done better at. And then I realized, you know, like I probably should have gone and seen him during the semester, and that was my fault. And I felt that his handling of me was very fair, you know, even though I was upset I didn't get the grade that I wanted, at least he was being fair, and that's something that I admire out of anyone. So, yeah. So just try to stay caught up and go to your professors if you ever need help. Also, another really important thing is you're in college to better yourself and to, you know, so you can get a good job later on in life. So really try to build your resume while you're in college. That includes, like, I mean, of course, getting good grades. Companies look for that. Also, companies really look for people with extracurricular activities on their resume. Like, if you were a person with like a 4.0 and that's all you did was you studied and you got a 4.0, a company's going to probably look you over and pass you up for someone who has like a 3.2 GPA, who was like the treasurer for some group and who worked part-time during school. Like, it just shows them that you can handle a lot more in life and do well still. So they know that you're going to do well in your company if you have a lot of like stressful things going on. So definitely try to, you know, be involved on campus, whether it's with a sorority, a fraternity, if you're a guy watching my video for some reason. yeah, that, a business organization, or whatever organization, just, you know, a sports team, sports team even, like, looks really great on your resume. So definitely try to do that. And kudos for all of you guys if you are working part-time still, or even full-time while you're in college, which is ridiculous to me. I couldn't do it. Part-time, I can do because I'm doing it. Kudos to you guys. That's a really great thing. There's some people who don't have to do that. Yeah, so you're putting a lot more strain on yourself, and that's a really awesome thing. Okay, an exercise tip. I know some of these things are probably common sense things and whatever. I'm just giving you guys little thingies. One really important tip that I like to give people whenever, as far as like exercising and everything like that, I know some of us don't have time, and that's understandable. So I suggest definitely try taking the stairs as much as possible. I know we're lugging around these really heavy backpacks and it really sucks, but taking the stairs is a great way to, you know, have exercise in between classes. And yeah, and I get really, I'm not trying to be mean, but I just like get really upset when I see people, you know, take the elevator, you know, like one floor up. And even more angry when people take the elevator one floor down and the stairs are right over there. You know, it's like, it's not that hard. I can understand if you're going like to a floor that doesn't have any stairs. Yeah, so definitely try to take the stairs as much as possible because it'll benefit you in the long run. It really will. And you're getting exercise still. Anyways, that's my tips for college, and hopefully, you know, hopefully it helped you guys out. I know I ramble. I go off like whatever, I talk way too much, so hopefully you got something out of this quick talk. And I just want to show you something look juicy. Oh. We went and got her a new collar. Stop. Look at that. So oh. Hush. Yeah. So yeah, it's cute. It has Swarovski crystals on it. Oh. Anyways, yay, Juicy's blingin'. So anyways, okay, I hope you guys had a great Super Bowl Sunday, and I will talk to y'all soon. Take care. Peace.